Welcome at the ETOE paint job. Most of you know where you are, and if you are new to the channel, my name is Martin. My hobbies are throwing spray guns in the air and trying to catch them. My other hobbies are screaming into the microphone and clapping my hands randomly. And I have also a secret hobby, and that is welding. I welded the complete paint booth behind me. That was tons of metal. I welded also this table. And I know you are here for a custom paint job, so let's combine these two things. And yeah, check this. GNU sent me an automatic darkening welding helmet. Thanks a lot for that. And guess what? They want me to tell you something about it. So let's make it short. If you want to buy it, find the link underneath the video in the description where I link this helmet. And yeah, let's talk about some facts and then let's change to the fun part, the custom paint job on the welding helmet. So this helmet has 4 sensors, a light shade of DIN 3, a dark shade of DIN 5 to 9 and 9 to 13, a UV IR protection up to DIN 13, a shade control, sensitivity control, delay control, a grind mode. That's my absolutely favorite feature. I'm grinding a lot when I weld, so I don't have to change the helmet. I can switch it to grind mode and use it also. Yeah, the material is made of nylon and the weight is 540 grams. That's all. If you want more facts, check the data sheet in the description. And yeah, let's open the package and let's paint the helmet. Ooh, that's my fun part, throwing knives. Warning! To avoid damage or suffocation, keep this plastic bag away from babies and children. So yeah, I have a problem because I'm acting like a child. Ooh, you have to keep away the bag or I'm in danger. Yeah, that's the helmet, brand new as you can see. And the first step is we have to dismount the helmet because I need only the shield. And yeah, I hope that goes fast. So let's unscrew some screws. Yeah, that was much easier than expected. Only a minute and the helmet is dismounted. I had to lose only 3 screws. The shield, the side shields, the straps for the head. And yeah, that's the nylon helmet itself. That's what we need for the custom paint job. The next step is the preparation. I have to remove all these stickers because they are under clear coat. And it's a good idea to remove them so you can avoid any bubbling if you apply color over these stickers. And yeah, for preparation, we need wet sander, the wet sanding bucket, also some wet sanding paper. So let's pick her up and then let's start a sanding party. Here she comes, wet sander, and fresh out of my pocket, some 800 grit wet sanding paper. And don't skip this step because that's the most important one. If you don't have a good preparation, your color and your custom paint job won't stick, and it's absolutely stupid to do a custom paint job which won't stick on the helmet. So stay tuned and listen to me, and what you have to do is wetten the wet sanding paper and the rest is easy. Rub the surface, remove all the stickers. That's a fast job as you can see. Rub until all stickers are gone and prepare also the complete surface of the shield. Don't miss any spot. That's what you have to do. I will skip it for you to the interesting part, applying primer and color. That's it. And don't forget a spray mask. Personal safety gear is a must. And then it's time to spray.
Today is gonna be a little something more. Plan in mind, a special thing in store. The light bulb inside my head said, get out and play, 'cause you never feel this way. It's my lucky day, it's my lucky day, it's my lucky day.
Yeah, the primer had to cure for half an hour, and in the meantime I did some sketches, and as you can see I have a lot of equipment here, my laptop, my graphic board, and if you don't know where to start with your graphics, it's every time a good idea to use the simplest thing ever and to start with a piece of paper. I have also some paper here and I use the pencil. These are my favorite tools when it comes to sketching on 3D objects. What I did is I cut a piece of paper which fits the helmet like this. So I have a rough shape, and what I did is I draw the nice smiley face on the piece of paper, and that is my sketch I will use. And what I did then is I scanned this piece of paper. You can do also a photo of it. I loaded it into the laptop and I did a drawing on my graphic board in Adobe Illustrator, a graphic software. Check this. That's my illustration. This time I'll do the graphic look. You can also spray direct on the helmet freehand if you are able to do that, but that's not what I like to do. I like the graphic look and I like to use the stencil technique this time. It's much easier also for beginners, so maybe for you. And yeah, to do the stencils, we need the stencils in a graphic software, and as mentioned before, I use Adobe Illustrator to draw into the program, and then I can export this file to my sign maker to cut the stencils in a vinyl foil. That's what we are doing, but before we can do that, I have to change again to the paint booth, because I like to apply a base coat, the skin tone, and also some colors around the skin before I will stick on some stencils, before I will spray the teeth. So not so much talking, let's change again to the paint booth and let's spray the skin tone. I loaded the beige skin tone in my spray gun, so let's go.
Slept in, cause I don't care if you didn't make the bed. Sip coffee on my couch, what can I do instead? No work, it's only fun, cause it's all okay. Cause you never feel this way. It's my lucky day, it's my lucky day. It's my lucky day, my lucky day.
Yeah, the next thing is airbrushing, and if you want to airbrush, you need some airbrush spray guns or pistols. And I have my rack here with different models. That's an Iwata Revolution with 0.5 needle nozzle combination. That's an HPB, also Iwata, with 0.2 needle nozzle combination. And these are the two main models I use for the helmet. A fine airbrush and a medium-sized airbrush. And what I will do is, you have seen that I have applied the stickers. I will start with the darkest color first. So I will mix it black, but I will not use a real black. I use sepia. And I mix it with blue violet. And that's a much better tone than real black, because real black looks dirty and I don't want this dirty touch. I started with the gum and the deep violet on the sides, and in the middle I will use the sepia. And the reason for the deep violet are reflections in the body. So yeah, if you like color and a natural look, never use a red or something like that in the first color. Start with the shadows, and the shadow color is the sepia and the deep violet. And as you can see, I spray the shadows on the gum around the teeth. And when I've done all these shadows, I can add some scarlet red in the middle of the gum. And next I have to spray the teeth, and as you can see I did one. So let's remove the masking, but don't throw it away. Maybe you need it later. So here, stick it onto a piece of transfer paper. And what I'm doing now is I have a mix of my darkest color of my black mixed with sienna and bluish purple, and I will spray a shadow. And next I have to paint some reflections on the teeth and on the gum, because yeah, maybe you can imagine that the mouse is wet and you have a lot of these wet reflections. So to give it a realistic look, we need these reflections, and I use the small airbrush and white to create them. What I'm doing is I'm masking the teeth so I can avoid any overspray on the teeth when I spray the tongue. And that's what I mentioned before. Keep your stencils, maybe you have to use them later. And when I've masked all these teeth, I will start with sienna, and I'll use also magenta and scarlet red to spray the tongue. The next thing I have to do is I have to paint the hair, and the sketch for the hair is my graphic board. And I did it like last time. I used a piece of paper and a pencil. I did a raw sketch. I used my scanner, scanned it into my laptop, and what I'm doing now is I'm using the graphic board and I'm painting the stencils for the hair, which I like to cut with the sign maker. Yeah, that's the sketch for the hair, and the base color will be purple, and over the purple I will use magenta. In this case it's green. It's easier to paint all this hair in green on top of the purple, but on the helmet I will use different shades of magenta. I'm back in the paint booth and I loaded my spray gun with some magenta, and the area of the hair is too big to spray it with an airbrush. That's the reason for the minigun, and it's not so big as it seems. The needle nozzle combination is mainly the same than in an airbrush, but a bit bigger. And yeah, let's do it. The needle nozzle combination is 0.6 if you want to know it, and I start with the magenta and I will add some deep violet on top. If you do it, use a spray mask. I like to talk to you, so it's not possible. And yeah, do light strokes of the magenta in the middle. And when you've done that, add some deep violet on top. And I'm back. Let's start on the left or on the right side. I have sticked on the positive mask of the hair to spray some shadows on the skin. And yeah, as mentioned before, never throw your masks away, maybe you have to use them later. And I'm using again the moss green for these shadows. It's again time for the spray gun. As you have seen, I've applied the stencils for the highlights of the hair, and every time I have to spray huge areas, I use these spray guns because I can load much more color than in an airbrush. These two guns have the same needle nozzle combination, but if I have to spray huge areas, it's a good idea to use a good ventilation, a paint booth, and that's what I'm doing. So let's load a violet. I mix the violet, and let's change again to the paint booth. Yeah, and the last step are the goggles. I prepared the shield again. I masked the mouse, also the hair. And now I have to spray these goggles black because that's a welding shield and the glasses are also black. And yeah, I like to achieve a look like a ski mask, ski goggles. So let's paint it black. Let's paint some straps on both sides and that's it. All the artwork is done, but before I can use the welding helmet, I have to protect my artwork as well. And to do that, I use a 2-component clear coat system, and my favorite one is flat clear coat. Check this, that's a helmet I painted also flat. I did the artwork brush style only with brushes. If you want to know how to do it, check the video in the corner. And it looks very classy, and the clear coat protects your artwork from any scratches or other damages. So that's what we have to do. So let's mix the clear coat. The clear coat's still in my bucket. I have to add some hardener as well and also some thinner. So let's do that very quick. And to every of these clear coats you have a data sheet. So make sure you have the right mixing ratio. If you do that wrong, your clear coat won't be durable, and that's not so ideal. So check the data sheet. I have to add also some thinner. Yeah, and that's it. Let's change to the paint booth and let's spray paint the helmet. Yeah, that's it. The helmet cured for half an hour in the paint booth. That is the result. I have to mount the shields and all the parts I put in the dangerous plastic bag before I can show you the complete helmet. If you're interested in custom painting, check also all my other videos here on the YouTube channel, and see you in one of my next videos. Goodbye.